Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
26.
Here's Rodgers. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Raiders did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Watson now to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Throwing on third down, Watson. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Tyler Beatty, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
26. Next one. 30.
To throw is Rodgers. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle, Nwangu. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
With the score, Seahawks 7, Raiders 3.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Raiders. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to move back in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Watson, he's going to back away and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. A big hitter to start the drive, has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Watson. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Faking the give. Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Carl Lawson, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Rodgers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
On the give is Nwangu.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Watson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Watson. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To the air yet again, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And this one quickly to Lamb. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little more. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This is brought in at the 21. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I gotta tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Rodgers now on 1st down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Handoff right side to Wangu. And he'll get it inside the 35. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers. Drops this off with Nwangu. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Open man layup. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Kene Nwangu with career touchdown number 60. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The gun, Watson. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Watson now to throw. throw there going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Byron Murphy, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Nwangu. 48 yards on the ground for him so far.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
88.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final number on that throw, boy, it traveled an even 69 yards. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And the Raiders have got him. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Being chased out left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Nwangu. And he'll get this down to the 48-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. second down and 7. Another run now for Nwangu. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 41. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Rodgers going to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Kene Nwangu
with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Raiders are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And some room to roam now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
From the 44, Rodgers. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll go right back to the Wagyu. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On the run is Nwogu. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation